I don't. I have no idea how to start this video out. I I didn't talk about the Acolyte season episode 1 and episode 2 because honestly I thought the episodes were mid and I did not really have that much of input to talk about because I was like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, like, I it's not like the worst thing ever I've seen, so it's like I didn't really know what else to. I just never really cared about this show. There's too much controversy around it, and I mean, like, I just did not. I honestly really did. There was nothing for me to talk about the show, at least in episode by episode form. I was going to plan on doing a season review, and I still am. But holy shit, episode 3 pissed me off so much that it's like, and I did a short on it, but there's still so much to fucking talk about. And not really about the Acolyte itself. I mean, like, the Acolyte's gonna be the big subject, but more of like, who the fuck is approving these shits? Like, I don't fucking get it. I honestly really don't get it on how stuff like this gets approved. How shows like this or movies or any form of project get fucking $180 million budgets, and while something that people actually do care about, like Obi-Wan, get $90 million budgets. Like there was this video and out there talking about the original trilogy of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was going to be like a movie and it's going to get its trilogy, and it sounded fucking cool. But then we got a show that was a mixture of all three, but had nothing that made but was fastly done in the most lazy way, in the most cheap way. And now next we get to the Acolyte, and it's like, what did they fucking spend on? Clearly wasn't fucking the directing or the fucking writing. So where's the $180 million? Probably to the fucking actors that cost way too much in this show. Probably fucking that. That's probably where that fucking money went. I don't. I don't. I have no idea. Now, is there still a chance for this to be turnaround? Sure, yes. Like, but you would have to do a really one fucking 80 to fucking save this show. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, you would have to do a big one fucking 80. Disney tries to find a way to shit on George Lucas. I'll say this. I'm not a big fan of the prequels, but I still respect George Lucas. I don't hate him in any fucking way. It's just that it was just not really executed well. But at least it was fucking clear from the beginning of that trilogy, and like what he was trying to do. It had a clear beginning and it had a clear end point, and it made sense all the way through. It just wasn't really executed well. The sequel trilogy did not make any fucking sense. It was a fucking mess, and anything outside of that is a mess too. Besides maybe Rogue One and the first season of Mandalorian and Andor. Everything else has been completely fucking shit because we keep getting nothing that is pushed agenda. And people are gonna say, "Oh well, you're just a homophobic. You just don't like fucking lesbians. You just suck." I have no fucking problem with lesbians. I could give a shit about these two characters are in this show that are lesbians, but the fucking ignorance on these fucking characters, like Lindsay, is it, what's the showrunner's fucking name? Is it Lindsay Lohan? I have fucking no idea. Don't give a shit about her name, but she tries to like, she has been talking about the show like how that it's basically of her own life. She talks about how great these characters are and how oppressed they are. And when you look at them, it's like, yeah, I can see why you're oppressed, because it's probably because of you. It's not because of the fucking Jedi. And they make the Jedi look like they're like the enemies in this show. Like the Jedi are the oppressor, and basically shit on fucking anything George Lucas related, and basically shitting on Anakin's character. I'm going to get into some spoilers. You have these two characters that create two human beings out of the Force, like fucking Plagueis and Palpatine did. And it's like, they couldn't, but they didn't even do it. Like, they failed at doing that, and the Force rejected that and basically created the chosen one, which was Anakin. And basically here it's like, hey, these random two people in this fucking weird ass fucking cult, we can do that though, so fuck you. And it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, who is this fucking for? And they talk about how Star Wars is gay, and like again, that has nothing fucking with the problem. But they treat the fucking fans like they're the fucking problem, when in reality, you are the fucking problem, Disney. You are the fucking problem, Kathleen Kennedy. You are the fucking problem, showrunner, that I don't give a shit about their name anymore. Like, this is fucking bullshit. Take fucking responsibility of your fucking projects. Not everything is fucking the fans' fault. Now, are there people that do go over dramatically and make things more personal than it really is? Yes, there is definitely fan base. There is definitely, and that's in any fan base. There is definitely people in the Star Wars fan base that are fucking racist, that are sexist, that are homophobic. There are those people, but the majority of the fan base are people that love Star Wars, and that is not what this is. This is propaganda. This is you pushing your own agenda, and it's fucking annoying. And that's in a lot of Hollywood right now. Is like this just a big agenda, and just not, and forgetting about fucking writing, forget about telling a good story. And it's like, well, if you don't like it, then you're fucking sexist. You're a homophobic. You don't like this because you're a man. And it's fucking ridiculous. It's so fucking stupid. I don't give a shit about if they're lesbians, but at least make fucking good writing. Be a good director. But that isn't here. You have you have two fucking twin sisters that were created from the Force, like Anakin, basically saying like, hey, these two are important and way better than fucking Anakin, without showing how they're important or how they're better than fucking Anakin. You don't, and you have May, who has been talked about how dangerous she is, how she should not be messed with. In this episode, it's the flashback of the story that we've been told in the previous two episodes, and how it's a tragic thing, and the Jedi have this guilt over it because they feel like they were at fault here, when really it was just May being a fucking little brat the whole entire episode. It like, I don't get this fucking sister dynamic. I really don't. One moment it's like sister, like, you know, sisters for life type of talk, and literally the next scene it's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And it's like, what the fuck? Where was this? Like, what the fuck happened? And it doesn't, and it's literally like, we see basically what we're told, but we don't show anything. Literally, May gets all fucking pissed off, and she starts a little fucking fire in front of the door, which and accidentally starts burning down this fucking mountain. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? How the fuck did the fire spread like this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. How are the fucking parents dead? We don't see any of that. And it's like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And why are the Jedi think that they're at fault here? Why do the Jedi think that? I don't understand it. Like, there's like in the previous episode, episode 2, or was it episode 1? I don't fucking know. But like, there was a Jedi who was so fucking like has so much guilt over this that he didn't talk for like 50 years, or not 50 years. That's being fucking dramatic. But he wouldn't talk for years, and he kept himself in captivity, and he was like meditating, and next he kills himself in front of fucking May because he had so much fucking guilt. Like, why does he have guilt over this? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's terrible fucking writing, it's terrible storytelling, and everyone should be fired. Like, literally, like, it's ridiculous. Like, but you know, at the end of the day, there's going to be articles pointing at like the Star Wars fans, pointing out men, and like, that's going to be their solution to this, and not actually looking at the source. And that's basically how Hollywood is in general. They don't, it's like, who cares about quality? It's, let's tell this message without a actual story. If you want to tell a message about a fucking a woman who is trying to look for their like sexuality, fine, do that. But at least make it your own fucking thing, and at least make it make fucking sense. Like, if it's just interjected for something, for just for your own agenda, then you're gonna have people that are fucking pissed off because it's you literally trying to shove it in their face. Like, if you wanna make your own Star Wars, go ahead, go make your own Star Wars. But if you're going to do something in George Lucas's universe, you still have to buy bound the rules that he fucking created. You might fucking own the rights to it now, but it doesn't mean you fucking created the universe. There are still rules. If anything, if you want to fucking do, like, still have the Star Wars license and do whatever fucking want with it, then reboot the whole entire fucking thing. Then no one can really say that much about at least the new stuff, besides of like, do we support it or do we not? But if you're gonna keep it in the same fucking universe, there's rules that you have to abide by because that's what he created. But you're saying like, fuck those rules. We're gonna do whatever we want, but it's still in the same universe, so it's not gonna make any fucking sense. So what, like, that comes back to the question of like, who is this for? Clearly this isn't for fucking Star Wars fans. This is probably just for people that are somewhat new to Star Wars, that don't give a shit about the old stuff and don't have any fucking connection to any of the old stuff. And I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it. And again, it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the women lesbian shit. People keep bringing that fucking shit up, and it's like, no, it's just fucking terrible writing. I don't I don't fucking get it. I really don't. Is this really a review? This is more of a rant. This is more of a fucking rant because I'm not going to give this a grade. If you want to really hear a grade from me, it's an F. Like, there's not a single thing in this episode I like. The acting is okay, but the fucking writing is awful. Like, it's really, you don't care about any of the fucking characters. I don't give a shit about these two moms in this movie, in this show. Like, they're like, the showrunner and Kathleen Kennedy talk about how fucking great, like, how important these characters are and how loving they are, but you see nothing but how they are manipulating these two kids, how they are fucking immigrants. That's, yes, that's how you use words. How they're ignorant assholes. They are the worst people, like the worst characters in this show. Like, they are the most hated fucking characters, and May is not even a fucking threat. May somehow starts this fucking big ass fire. Everyone's fucking dead, and it's just like, what's supposed to be scary about May? Like there's nothing scary about her. Like, maybe the show could turn it around, and maybe they'll show something that we didn't see. Maybe it'll show it from the perspective of May instead of Osha, which is mostly from her perspectives. So it's probably gonna be a show about like it's all about perspective. Maybe I'll do another like a video on it if it does turn around before I do a season review. I might do another video on it talking about like, oh, how actually this episode explains everything. It's fucking awesome. I will do a video on that, but most likely I don't have any faith that will, because everything that I hear about like the leaks and everything have been true. Everything about like the outside negativity, like early reviews, they are true. They are true so far. So any faith that I have in this show is non-existent, and my faith in Disney is officially fucking gone. I'm not looking forward to the Daisy Ridley film, like, especially after everything I hear about that director saying like it's time for a fucking woman to take control of Star Wars, and it's like, what about Bryce Dallas Howard? Bryce Dallas Howard made a fucking great episode in the Book of Boba Fett with the Mandalorian, but no one talks about that because it doesn't work for their agenda. It doesn't work to point out but no one liked the Kenobi because it was directed by a woman. Not fucking true. Not fucking true, because people like the two episodes from the Book of Boba Fett, which were directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. At least one of them. Maybe both of them were, but I know one of them for a fact was. And they were both great episodes. So it's just bullshit, and they pick and choose on what to fucking say and what to look at and basically sideline. I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it, and it pisses me off, and I'm fucking sick of it. And this is fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So that's kind of my rant. I had to say something. That short wasn't good enough. that minute short wasn't good enough. I had to sit here talk for like 10 to 15 minutes, whatever, how long this fucking video is, and just rant about how terrible, how Hollywood has just gotten lazy with quality. And that's just in fucking everything, not just Star Wars, not with just Disney. There's a lot of just not a lot of good stuff out. And that's why also a lot of movies are failing at the box office, because people are afraid to take risks on movies. Like there's like to go see a movie, and Hollywood's even afraid to take risks on original content, because movies like The Fall Guy, which isn't really original, but the story is, but The Fall Guy, which is a great film, no one went and saw because they didn't really know what else to expect out of it. The Besides cool stunts, but the trailers didn't really give off about what the movie really was about. And next, it was immediately thrown up on streaming after 2 weeks. So like yeah, there's good stuff out there, but the good stuff isn't going to do well because there's so much other bad stuff overlaying it, and so people ignore the good stuff and don't even give the actual good stuff a chance. And that's the fucking problem right now in Hollywood. And but you, unless you have a big fucking name like Deadpool, that one's clearly going to make probably $1 billion at the box office. It's definitely going to be the biggest one of the summer, and probably the biggest one of the year. So like if you're not a big name IP, like you have no chance of making money, because clearly even big stars names in a movie isn't making money. Like if it has to be attached to something for it to make money, and that's sucks, because there's a lot of good original content out there that Hollywood isn't going to take the risk out on because it's not making $1 billion. Well, fucking quit giving it $108 million budget when it doesn't fucking deserve it, and also put good quality into the actual project. Then maybe you make some fucking bacon. But until then, that isn't gonna fucking happen. So yeah, that's my rant. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.